Hey everybody, Small Town Critic here, and I wanted to make this video to basically explain why I haven't made any new videos the past month. To make a long story short, I've been working, and I haven't been really in the mood to get started on these videos because I've just been tired, and plus from what I've seen so far, there's not really a lot of people who like my videos. Uh, So I just wanted to address that really quickly. I know that I'm not a professional at this. I claim to not be a professional, but I just want to give my opinions out on the films that I like that I want to talk about. So I'm just trying my best here. This is something new for me. If this doesn't work out for me, I will definitely do a podcast, which I hope to do eventually in the future. But I wanted to make a quick rundown of the films that I have seen so far. After my Captain America video I've made last month. So starting off with Cowboys and Aliens, it was an okay film. What I really liked about it is that in some ways, it doesn't take itself seriously, but at the same time, it does. If that makes any sense. What I like about it is that it just has that kind of atmosphere that I really enjoyed about it. It was a good old Western film mixed with some sci-fi. And while I think the aliens in this film were kind of mediocre at best, the Western part of this film actually really drew me into this. And Daniel Craig was absolutely terrific in this film. I think that after this, if they ever decide to make another Western film, they need to have Daniel Craig as the main character because he plays that part perfectly, in my honest opinion. Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford. You can't expect anything else from the guy. He does the whole ragtag varmint kind of talk, you know. He just does that kind of gruffled voice that I kind of liked about it. And plus, it's fucking Harrison Ford. How can you not? How can you not like the guy? How can you not like this guy? But Olivia Wilde is Olivia Wilde. I don't know what else to say about her. I mean, the whole reason why people actually gave a shit about her really is because she was going to get naked. Now, I'm not saying she's a terrible actress. She isn't. I've seen worse. But given the fact that this woman has a sort of a fan base, and I would say based on her body, not on her work, I would kind of say that she just basically goes into the whole she just gets in naked and everything, and so yeah, if you want to see Olivia Wilde, if you want to see her kind of naked in this, and kind of naked, you can go see Cowboys and Aliens for all I care. If you want to see her really naked, go watch Alpha Dog, because nobody knew who the hell she was back then, and she just showed off. So yeah, but Cowboys and Aliens in the end was a good film, and I really recommend it to anybody out there who are just gonna go out hang out with their friends. It's the kind of film you want to bring some friends along. Next up is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now I have a bit of a history, so I'm gonna make this as short as possible. Um, in terms of the original Planet of the Apes films, I am a huge fan of them. They're not the greatest, but I do like them for what they are. And then I saw the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes films, which I believe was one of the worst remakes I have ever seen. Uh, it ruined everything about Planet of the Apes, and yeah, you could argue that that film had the makeup, yeah, that the ape makeup that made that film best, and I believe that's one of the best parts of that film. But everything else about that film was just shit, and I hated it. I thought it was one of I completely hate it. And whenever I see it on television, I have to just instantly change the channel because I cannot stand that fucking movie. It's it's probably one of Mark Wahlberg's worst films, and I would say it's not as bad as The Happening, but at least The Happening was funny, terrible. This one was just terrible. Now, when I heard that they were going to make a new Planet of the Apes film, I was scared. I was thinking to myself that this could be another Planet of the Apes kind of thing. And what I did like about it though is that it showed the emotion of the apes. I mean, yes, you can argue with me it's CG apes, and I don't see how they could have done it with actual apes. I think that Andy Serkis, who did the motion capture for Caesar in this film, actually did a terrific job showing the emotion of Caesar and how he became to be the ruler of the new species of apes. And I think they did a fantastic job with it. All in all, it was not a bad film. I had fun with it. The one thing I hate about it though is James Franco. James Franco was fucking boring. He bored the hell out of me of this movie. It's his lackluster. It's his sense of emotion that pissed me off about this thing. He is so fucking boring that it made his hosting of last year's Oscars more tolerable. Actually, take that back. His hosting ability in that fucking thing was just terrible. But that's besides the point. I would say go check out Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Just don't expect it to be as great as the original Planet of the Apes. Next up is 30 Minutes or Less. Now, I could just say this. It was okay. Danny McBride is the same douchebag fucker, who always thinks he's best. Nick Swartzen's, of course, the stupid sidekick. Jesse Eisenberg was okay, and of course, in this film they had to make a Facebook joke because he was Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and it's just, of course, that's kind of typical. Aziz Ansari, I've never really watched his comedy bits, and I've heard he's pretty funny. But he became so fucking annoying in this film that it gave me a headache. But this film was not bad. It was just, meh. I'm not. It was stupid, but it was tolerable kind of stupid. It wasn't stupid like Transformers stupid, like to a point where I just wanted to beat myself up to just make the fucking film go away. It was that kind of stupid where I was like, okay, these guys are annoying, but I can tolerate it. So I would say wait until DVD when that movie comes out, or when 30 Minutes or Less comes to DVD. I would say rent it, don't buy it. It's not really worth it, to be honest. And the last film I saw is The Help. Now, this film is based on the popular novel of the same name. Now, I've never read it, but I've heard all the hype about it, and I wanted to see this film because I'm sort of a history buff. I wanted to see this film because of, like I said, the hype, and also because I've heard some great reviews from it about Emma Stone and the other two main characters. I can't remember their name. I am so sorry. um, but this film was very good. I really enjoyed this film. Emma Stone does a fantastic job, and the two maids in this film, the two main maids in this film, are terrific. If they do not get an Oscar nod at next year's Oscars, I will be very disappointed. I would at least have Emma Stone as an Oscar nod as well because she did a fantastic job, and the film was just stupendous. Bryce Dallas Howard plays the ultimate bitch in this film. It's her transformation of a character from a person that doesn't want to be a racist, but then just does some of the most worst things, and then turns herself into something that she didn't want to be in the first place. But you knew that she was going to be in the end anyway. That film will definitely get an Oscar nomination, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do. This film is terrific. I would highly recommend it for anybody who actually is into that kind of history. Um, but yeah, other than that, that's about it. I've seen, as I said, Cowboys and Aliens, see it with some friends. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It was okay if you want to go see it in the theater. If not, wait until it comes out on DVD and rent it. 30 minutes or less, rent it if you have to. I wouldn't recommend it lightly, but I would say it's not terrible. I've seen worse. And The Help, absolutely go see this film. It's terrific. Now, what am I seeing this week? I am seeing two 3D films in one. Well, not one day. I'm going to see one tonight, today, and the other tomorrow. I am seeing Conan the Barbarian in 3D, and the next day I'm seeing Fright Night in 3D. Now you might be asking, why are you seeing this in 3D? Well, because the theater I go to has only the option of 3D. I checked many times and it's still 3D. So I have no choice but to be able to go see these films in 3D. Now you could argue that I don't want that. You just can skip the films if you want to, but that just wouldn't be me. And for anybody that knows me, that's not how I go through a weekend. So so yeah, I will hopefully get back to you guys on those two movies. I'm kind of looking forward to Conan. It doesn't look bad. I'm not expecting a great movie. I'm not expecting great 3D. It's just what you expect it to be, a gore film. And Fright Night, there is only one reason why I want to see this film. There's only one reason, and that one reason has a name: David Tennant. If you don't know who David Tennant is, shame on you. Go watch Doctor Who. So that's about it, really. I just wanted to make this video on talking about what I've been doing, and hopefully I'll get back to doing this as soon as possible, as soon as I get enough uh, good equipment for it, some editing. But until then, I will let you guys know what's going on so far in terms of movies and games. I know I haven't done any games, but I plan on doing that in the future as soon as some games actually do come out. Besides Catherine, which I want to play, but my local video store does not have that game, which is very disappointing to me because I want to try it. But anyway, that's beside the point. Just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. So I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. So until then, take care.